Welcome to the Dark Sun, the darkest of the Dark Suns. Alright, so we're in the fourth and final week leading up to the big confrontation, the Senate meeting. So I think I already did some of the event stuff, but I'll just recap it a little bit. So, let's see, during week 4 there were more skirmishes in the streets. Gangs were using alchemical fire and summoning elementals in the street battles. Marham had leaked some documents claiming that Erdenmore planned to marry into one of the rival houses and seize the throne by force. Erdenmore arrested some people on trumped-up charges to try to weaken the voting bloc that supports Marham, some of the lesser nobility and stuff. He tried to catch them in criminal activity. They were being used as proxies in the street battles and stuff, so he went after some of the people that were in charge of those particular fighters in the streets, and so he was able to take down some minor, lesser senators that supported Marham. But that also made him look a little bit like a tyrant, because he's doing martial law and he's arresting politicians. So it's an unpopular move, but it is enforcing a little bit of order in the city. Marham, of course, has a bunch of schemes going. As the master of the Thieves Guild, he's running a lot of operations. And Erdenmore, despite not being political, is definitely tactical minded and has been making counter moves against Marham's moves. He's been trying to recruit a bunch of gladiators and people that were desperately poor into his growing army to try to enforce law and order in the streets and fight these street battles against the anarchists, which are actually paid by Marham and other senators that support him. Tavine has been rabble-rousing, and she's got this green populist movement, and it's led by her root wardens, and they've been protesting, and they've been attacking and doing various sabotage on some of the farms that they consider the worst offenders for polluting and damaging the soil. There was a major geothermal geyser eruption in the fields, flooding the fields with mineral-rich mud. People are blaming Druid sabotage. Tavine hasn't said that she wasn't behind it. But she's not fessing up. She hasn't confessed or anything. But people are getting a little uneasy with her hasty actions. Some of the food that Marham has been distributing into the streets was actually tainted, and many people got food poisoning. Of course, they tried to spin it and blame it on Erdenmore, but that made Marham look a little bit bad. So all of that leads up to the New Year's event. Now, does anybody want to do any last-minute downtime activities, or speak up about anything, or prepare anything before we move ahead to that final section, the final phase?
I thought we were going to interrupt that impersonification they wanted to do about the druids. That was supposed to happen like a day before or the night before the event.
All right. Yeah, they're just low-level guys, so it's easy to defeat the...
Yeah, we had them. We had like some gladiators that we paid to get them tattoos with in our group as well with the spell magic.
Yeah.
Just to expose them and pretty much capture them red-handed, so we can expose the guild doing these things.
So, yeah, here it is. The night before the Senate meeting, Marham's people attempt a false flag attack on the arena itself, and they were planning to blame it on the druids. So you're going to
Oh, it's actually the gladiators. Okay.
Yeah. That's what my note says here. So you say you're
Bigger.
gonna try to stop it, right? So what's your plan?
Yeah, we're hiding in the dark, waiting for them, and when they start vandalizing and doing what they're doing, we surround them with the gladiator, and then we expose them and we capture them.
All right. So they tried to infiltrate. They were not very successful. They were spotted, and then you move in. And because they're so low level, we can skip past it. They're defeated pretty easily. Are you planning to take prisoners, or are you just gonna wipe them out?
Prisoners.
All right. So you take some prisoners.
More witnesses.
So these are low-level gang members, and they've been set in to do some vandalism. If you're gonna question them, they don't know much. Their plan was to leave markings similar to what Tevin's Green Populist Movement have been marking on the farms and in the alleys where they've been speaking. So they're trying to put the blame on the root wardens, but you put a stop to it before they had a chance to do their sabotage.
I'd like to ask them just a few questions. I'd like to ask them if they've done any other type of impersonification like this before.
No.
No?
No.
They never participated and try to put something, the blame on the gladiators before?
No, these are all low-level, fairly green, new initiates into whatever gang. So they don't know much at all. And they haven't been involved in anything prior to this. These are the extremely low-level guys.
All right. So, in the morning, can I have these dudes with the gladiators, and I want them to go in the city to talk to the population, and I want them to tell to the city what they've done and who told them to do this.
It's a big city.
Shame.
What are you gonna do? March them through the town, crying shame?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shame.
Go through the quarters, make sure that the poor and that, like, if there's like a center place where there's a lot of people, a lot of public, marketplace.
Circle Market?
Yeah.
Sort of the main point where the crossroads meet.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
All right, so you are taking the Thieves Guild members that you've captured, and you're announcing their crimes so that the root wardens are not going to be blamed. Because they're so low level, and they're proxy people, they're not directly connected to Marham. But they were definitely doing some shenanigans. So you take your prisoners through town.
They're part of the guild. A little bit of exposure. It's a big day, and there's going to be a lot of people with that are going to have to make up their mind in the city.
Now, I took some notes on what kind of evidence you've got. Guild agents disguised as arena enforcers rough up or kill a few popular human merchants, then leave dwarf-made weapons behind, and you stop that. Marham's guild steals or poisons key grain shipments and cisterns headed for the arena district, and you dealt with that. There was an assassination attempt, and they killed that senator, and you brought him back to life. And then Orin found the ledger, which shows that Marham was selling famine relief grain to House Salaxa for their slave shipment through Dradge to go on to Urdraxa for the dragon. And then there was the attack made on the Salaxa caravan, and the caravan was defeated, and the slaves were freed. So that's all the trial evidence that you've got to bring up.
Yeah, so we have this prisoner that is at the gladiator place.
Yeah.
We have the two that are in the ship. We have the senator that was assassinated, trying to put that on the gladiators using one of their arrows or bolts,
Yep.
if I remember. And then there's the merchant as well that was assassinated by a guild member.
Yeah.
We also unveiled the fact that we had discovered that there's the red veils, and that whoever controls the red veils is kind of she is working with Moram. That they're working together. The thing, oh yeah, before we bring our witnesses to, oh yeah, and we have another witness, don't we? Yeah, the druid as well.
Druid?
Huh?
What other druid?
The bard. Sorry, I meant the bard that was impersonating Maram. That was supposed to be his buddy double.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, the one that's in prison in the
Let me add that to
No,
my
that's a
note.
different.
arena.
He's on the ship. So all of our witnesses, what we'll do, I'd like to have our bards that are associated with us to disguise them. They can't be recognized, in the public. We're gonna expose them, bring them out, but we don't want them to get kidnapped or killed or whatever. And we're gonna keep them close to us as well. Need wheel though for a bunch of this. The other thing we did too is kill that lady, the shadow lady.
Yeah, Shiala.
Yeah.
He took out an entire faction from the Civil War, which made this a much more streamlined affair. Just 1v1.
Yeah, and we know as well that the guild has been collecting some of those items to use. Some other treasures they could find from them, or whatever.
And Tavine has been very busy. She's been spending a lot of time with Morg, so Morg would know a bunch of this. Tavine has been planting deep root fruits. She's been sabotaging irrigation pumps that she believed were controlled by defilers. She placed these defiler bane totems around the property. They do a bunch of thunder damage to anybody that triggers them, so she's protecting the property against attackers, and that might have harmed some people that came to reclaim the farms. They are guarding the Ashvale acacias that Tavine has planted on the former Marham farms that she's stolen, where the geothermal event happened. She planted the first tree, Acorn, in a ruined noble vineyard. And she brought in a bunch of surge willows, which are these like plant guardian things to defend it. And it's become a major landmark to the east of Rom, and there have been a lot of rumors flying about it. Some people are happy that there's druid activity, and they think it'll mean a lot of benefit to the land. But other people are concerned that they're dangerous and that a lot of them are Thrycreen. So people are not too happy with large contingent of Thrycreen moving in on the east of Rom here.
The Thrycreen eat people.
They mostly eat elves.
Yeah, they're brain. They love brain hell brain.
Interesting, since Tavine is an elf.
She's a druid, though, and the Thrycreen... what's his name? Cha-cha-cha. He is a druid, and he is their, leader. And as their pack leader, they obey him. And since he is with Tavine, they would not attack Tavine. Even though she's an elf, they will resist all of their urges because she's considered like a pack member.
And we've been doing a lot of other stuff too. We stopped the earthquakes. We solved most of the plague problem, I think. We healed a lot of people. We brought in medicine from Tyr. We have our secret troops of gladiators in the town too, to help with whatever is going to be happening.
Mm,
We did all these things when we could have just take over the city, man.
Yeah.
We have enough cities to manage.
It would have taken us like 3 weeks. Now this realm has become something very different, like a different adventure almost, you know.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel we made it worse.
Maybe.
why do you think it's worse?
It's an outright war instead of a cold one.
Well, it was always a hot war. There were street battles
Yeah.
every single day for months and months and months, going back probably a year.
And we had like a freaking evil lady coming from the world of shadows, like trying to take over the town. That's not a good thing. And she had like liches and defilers on her side. Makes me think of that other elf clan that we were dealing at, which was before we got here.
All right. Do you want to move to the palace?
I think we should. I think we should, and is Ern and Mar? He should be coming too, no?
Yeah. Okay, so let me set the stage. You travel up the main street, past all of the temples. There's many temples that have priests and worshippers, and there are statues of the eight-armed god. And you can see all the gravestones all up the hill. And you approach the enormous walled section of the city where the former palace of Abalakra, the sorcerer queen, where she used to live. And you go inside, and deep into the palace there is a enormous amphitheater with really good sound design. So like somebody speaking in the center of this chamber, their voice carries throughout the whole area and out into an area where there's seating for people to watch. So many of Rom's nobility, the upper echelon of society, high-level merchants, they're all going to be here for this event. So this is the Nawab Council meeting. A Nawab is a senator in Rom. So all of the Nawabs gather. It's scheduled for the last day of Zenalia before the High Sun Festival. So this is like your big festival, the New Year's Day festival. And this is at the hottest part of the year. So this is the intensely hot summer, and it is sweltering. It is oppressively hot. Now, everybody's tempers, of course, in the city are flaring because of the heat, and so the street battles have been especially bad today, and there's a lot of faction fighting, infighting, and political debate going on between the different people of Rom, debating whether Erdenmore and the Arena faction should be in charge because they present an iron fist of security, or if Marham should be in charge because he's the more easygoing populist and he'll bring in sort of a new era of laissez-faire mercantilism. He's really in tight with a lot of the merchant houses and things. So, like, he's got the backing of the Thieves Guild and the merchants and several of the senators. But he is a bit more of the chaos pick, since he is the Thieves Guild master in secret.
And we can prove that.
All right, so you're going to enter into that big meeting hall, the amphitheater, and there you're going to see Erdenmore and Nawab Marham facing off against each other in debate, and it's going back and forth as they each give the argument as to why they should be the leader of Rom. And Erdenmore is not a great speaker, and so most of his responses are going to be rather short and direct and brutal, as gladiators tend to be short and direct and brutal, especially the dwarven ones, especially the short part. Marham, he is smug. He is incredibly smug. And he's got Dio Brondo, the master of the Yellow Turban Academy, in tow. And Dio Brondo is throwing around all sorts of psionic illusions that are enhancing Marham's presentation. So when Marham comes in, he is sparkling. And there's like an aura emanating off him, just this charismatic aura. And just looking at him, it's like hard not to feel like the pressure of his charisma just washing over everyone. And so he is already, just by being in the room, he's already charmed large groups of the people here, and many in attendance in the stands. They're going to cheer, Marham, 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 and it even like drowns out some of the Erdenmore faction. The gruff dwarf, he'll cross his arms and wait for the chanting to stop. But the populist Marham annoys Erdenmore by playing up to the crowd and getting them all to go even wilder for him. And he's shouting all the great things that he's going to do for Rom if he is elected as the Grand Nawab of the city. And in attendance, you've got Nawab Marham, who is decked out in gold jewelry and rings and bracers of gold and fine silks, and he's got a big bright smile, and he's charismatic and ambitious. And to his side, he's got Nawab Vera, a slender, sharp-featured woman in her 50s with olive skin and high cheekbones. Long, silver-streaked black hair, pinned under a jeweled veil. She's got a jeweled dagger at her belt that she's clutching. Whenever Erdenmore speaks, she seems a little upset. But she's got an air of cunning patience to her. And she's not getting involved in all of the shouting. But she does speak softly to some of her agents who are here. There's other Nawabs that you haven't had a chance to meet. Nawab Karam is a broad-shouldered, heavily muscled half-giant. Nawab Thilram is an elderly, frail man with very pale skin, wispy hair. Nawab Saram is a female, middle-aged woman with an athletic build and deep brown skin. She's got multiple tattoos on her face that denote her connections to the merchant house, McKay. You've got Nawab Jaram, who's a short, wiry man with a nervous twitch in his left eye. He's got a thin mustache, and he's dressed in layered robes. You've got Nawab Vikram. He's an imposing older man with really dark skin and a really long beard. He's got like one milky eye. He's got a staff. It seems like he was wounded. He's got like a limp. And he carries a wooden staff with a kank skull on it. That's kind of grim. And then there's Nawab Liram, an elegant woman in her 40s with porcelain skin, green eyes, and an elaborate golden headdress. Nawab Doram, a muscular, battle-scarred veteran with sun-leathered skin and a missing left ear. He's got on his senator's robes, but he's also wearing pieces of his old armor. It seems like he was involved in the Templars at one time. Speaking of the Templars, the High Templar Kazakh Ulram is here. And In addition, you've also got Truvo and Rogel McKay representing House McKay. And Nawab Zyram, who's a thin, scholarly-looking man with dark skin and some bone glasses, wire-rimmed bone spectacles, and ink-stained fingers. All right, so these are the Nawabs of Ram. Many of them have not come out into public view much. Some of them are aligned with Marham, and others are aligned with Erdenmore. But they're the ones that get to do the final vote to determine who's actually going to be in charge. But during this whole event, there's a point after the main factions have each said their piece. Erdenmore has said what he brings to the city. Marham says what he brings to the city. And then sort of the floor opens up to important people of Ram who might want to interject and speak up on behalf of one faction or another to try to change the opinion of some of the Nawabs in attendance here to side with one faction or the other. So this is your chance. There are some other people that are waiting to go up and speak their piece, high-level merchants and different people like Truvo and Rogel of House McKay. They wanted to come in and say their piece, even though they're not Nawabs. They are very important people in the city, and so this is their moment. They're, of course, going to go first as some of the most important people in the city, with the largest military in the city. They get a big say in how things go down, and everything they say has to do with business. They make it clear that the Civil War must end, and they don't actually care who becomes the king, but it has to be decided today. And
How many of them are there?
Voting? Let's see. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, so they could tie then.
The High Templar would probably tie break.
Potentially. Yeah.
The High Templar would what?
Tie break.
Yeah.
Why?
Is
Is
come
there
on,
any other tiebreakers around?
I'll just make it in line with a fireball.
Yeah, House
I'm gonna
McKay
be honest,
would
I'm just
definitely.
aiming to make them all lose.
I'll make one of them crispy if you want. I'll make it easier.
Oh no, you gotta do it the subtle way.
All right, who wants to start?
Okay. I don't know how much you guys talked about before this, about kind of what tallying up what the evidence is, because we have several. I remember at least 2 that I've pulled up, but we
Well,
have more than that
Ninja, do you want to go over the list of evidence we have?
So we've got at least 2 who are like previous employees that we plan to have speak under not quite duress, but like under a zone of truth.
Yeah, there's the bard that we got last week.
Yeah, kind of last in.
Then we have the one that was paid to come and pay us to custom issue. So we would go and get into conflict with the gladiators.
Hey, I'll be back. I have to eat something or I'm gonna freaking
Yeah.
not have food in me.
Eat something.
Then the other thing that we brought 2 people back to life. One was a merchant. They were trying to do sabotage with, he was an influential merchant that was doing, that normally does dealing with the gladiators, and he was assassinated. We brought him back, and we worked things underground, so the market is not disrupted by that. And then there's also the murder that they try to pin on to the gladiators of a senator. And Marham right now doesn't know that he's still alive. No one knows that he's still alive. So we're kind of we kind of want to bring him in and expose him and see the reaction from Maram. So he can actually talk against Maram. We also we did stop some of the thieves overnight when they were like we know that the guild. So I guess what we gotta try to do is try to connect Maram with the guild. We do have that druid that can actually do that for us. He can actually expose him. We know that the guild is the one that has been stealing, and we've been catching them, and they're the one that are using the food that they steal to influence the people. Also, they've been using that food, portions of the foods and what they've stolen, to sell that to other towns as well, to other cities, like the city of Draj.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a huge one.
Mm-hmm. And that they were selling, that they were in collaboration to sell some of the slaves, some of the people from Ram to Draj. We're not going to go into, I guess, like sacrifice and all that stuff, but that's one thing. Now, the other stuff, I can't remember though what you had when you went into their offices, like the proofs that you collected.
I don't have anything written here on that besides the fact of there was Nawab Vera was working with House McKay because of her family members who were involved there.
We know that there's a plot that if E is a double ganger was going to be killed, that they would transfer that to her because they are working together behind the scene. She's the leader of the Red Veil.
I don't think we were able to prove that.
Well, we do have a witness. The bard that we have. He said he was going to come and talk for us on our side.
The Bard part of one of the like bandit groups.
Yeah, the bard is the guy that you knocked out in the guild's hideout. That was disguising himself into Maram.
The body double.
The body double, yeah. And we told him that we were going to handle Maram's part of the deal that he made for him, for his family, that he was expecting to be killed today by us.
It seems as if Marham has some contingency plans in case you try to attack him directly.
Oh yeah, and he's probably he probably have more now.
He'll be disappointed because we don't plan on attacking him directly.
Right. He chose politics instead of murder hobo.
Yeah. If I recall, the two times that I was watching them for a week, I was kind of over Marham's shoulder and then over Vera's shoulder for a week each. And I never had anything that was like things I could go ahead and prove, but I did find all of their several of their lieutenants. Like I made connections about who are the important higher ups. And so in terms of like in their organization, because it wasn't like the things were written down or anything, except for Vera. Vera wrote things down. But it was mostly like mercantile things that were being written. And
well, I have a note here that you found a ledger in Marham's manor that shows that he was taking the famine relief grain from the Templars, stealing it, and then selling it through Merchant House Salaxa to Draj.
and do I have that ledger with me now?
Yeah, it's in your possession.
Okay.
And then you were also able to attack the caravan, defeat the argosies, and recover some prisoners from that as well.
Yeah, we freed those
So you've got freed slaves and prisoners that were defeated in the battle. You could take any of those as evidence as well.
So I think I'd like to start with the ledger then, personally, because that just shows that his heart is not really with Ram, that it's for himself. That's a good way to start it off.
Do you want it for us to pivot into proving that he is the leader of the guild?
Yeah.
And then after that we can bring down more of the other witnesses of some of the coup that he has worked on behind the scene, blaming stuff on other people and assassinating people.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to do it. We can bring a bunch of witnesses. I wish, can we put... It would be good if we could have a way to put Marham in a zone of truth.
He's protected. You can't get at him here.
No. That's okay.
Okay. Now, in terms of setting the scene, I see that there are lots of these Nawabs around. Is there like, am I coming up to a podium? Is there like a table? So this image here with the Senate.
So there's
Kind of imagining.
there's an enormous amphitheater, right? And it's got a couple tiers. In the center, there's the meeting place for the Nawabs, and so all of the important people are there. And then the way that the building is structured, it carries the sound of anybody speaking within that central area to the outer area where people are gathered. And so that's where you would be at, like in sort of a almost not in a separate room, but in a separate area of a larger area. So
Yeah.
you're in the public seating, and then the Nawabs are in like the important senator seating in the middle.
But this is the public comment period of like a school board meeting or a local town meeting.
Yes, so you can sort of step up to speak to the attending Nawabs.
Okay, so we are slated to speak. It's going to be now, and see, I haven't really worked on my speech, but
Yeah, me neither.
I'll walk forward and say, my name is Oren Cyrillus, and I hail originally from. I don't even say originally. I hail from Tyr. We have come in the interest of brokering, first bringing stability to this region, and then seeking Ram out as a partner and an ally in the Tablelands. We came here to see what we could do to help. We don't know which. We didn't know which Nawab or group would be the most beneficial to the people of Ram, and there were times when we felt absolutely disgusted. It seemed like no one had the best interests. Until we got to know them all better. And Erdenmore has shown that he is not just a businessman that is interested in just keeping the games going. He has time and time again shown that he is willing to make sacrifices for not only his gladiators, but the people of Ram. At first, there were times that I saw that Marham was a man of the people, and that he was trying to help. He was making great sacrifices of his own time and money to try and help the people of Ram. And I'm sure those cheers are going to go up. But as we found out more, we found out that some of our initial understandings of who these people are was flawed, was wrong. I was hopeful that the Night Runner elves would be a helpful force for stability. But when I found
That's going to
that,
get quite a few laughs from the audience.
yeah,
Stability from elves. Nobody believes that.
nobody believed that. But when I saw about how Shiala was connected and almost beholden to the power of the Black, that line could no longer bear fruit. And after Shiala was no longer part of the picture of Ram, we saw that more of the true colors of the remaining leadership began to come to the fore. I have in my possession, and I'll produce it from my clothing, a ledger that I did find within Nawab Marham's manor, estate. And there's maybe a hush. Yes, indeed. I did steal from him. It's my job as a spy and as a seeker of truth. But this ledger details a long-running relationship where Nawab Marham has been stealing from grain and not really giving all of it to the people of Ram. No, indeed, sometimes he gave it to House Salaxa and to other towns besides Ram for his own personal gain. And then furthermore, he sold slaves, citizens of Ram, to Salaxa for, again, his own personal gain. I submit this as evidence to the council here in hopes that the true character of these Nawabs can be found and shown to the council.
All right. Well, various Nawabs will hear your words and take them into consideration. All right. Who else has something to say?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll come forward.
Yeah.
My name is Gramorn, great priest of the flames. Today, with my crew from my group from Tyr, we are the hero of Tyr. As you know, we have cured many people of the plague. We also saved the city from the tremors, all these earthquakes. Got rid of all your rats that kept on poisoning your food, ruining your crops, killing your people. Many of our clerics came to your town with medicines, and we have replaced pretty much what your other clerics were doing because you needed the help. That was our generosity. But today I would like to bring in some witnesses that we have encountered through all of this that will demonstrate that Nawab Maram is not only a senator, but he's a plotter. He is the leader of the guild. A few days ago, we actually infiltrated the hideouts of the guild in the sewers of the city. This is information and a location that we will be giving as well to the Templars so they can go and empty that place. We found some incriminating items that the guild have taken from the shadow elves. The same people that we got rid of for you as well. And we found also a plot. We discovered a plot. We discovered a man a bard that was supposed to be disguised today and taking the place of Moram because he was expecting that something would happen to his life, impersonating him. And that man will come here and will be able to tell you the truth. I will put him into a zone of truth, which he will not be able to tell a lie, and will tell you his story. Do we have a character for that bard?
I don't have a figurine.
All right.
No, I don't know if we need to.
Yeah. So I'll cast the Zone of Truth, and we'll have this man, and then he can come out of his disguise because we disguise all of our witnesses.
All right. You bring out your witness, you put him in the zone of truth, and you ask him to reveal what he's been up to.
Yep. The plan that he had. Also, as you heard in the city today, we have walked through the city criminals that we have captured last night that were supposed to also create more vandalism in the city. Under the order of Nuar Mohar, the leaders of the guild. And this man is the one that helped us identify who they were going to be and told us about the plan as well.
Oh, I shouldn't have stopped there. I have realized once you do public comment, you don't usually go back up.
I don't know. You can come back. No.
Yeah,
We're all in together, all of us, no?
yeah.
You want to add more to this?
I want to add more. You're catching several things here that I should have added to mine. I'd like to add, Nawab Vera, I also took the time to spend some time with in her estate. Maybe some gasps will show. We have good evidence linking Nawab Vera to the Red Veils. We have a person, wasn't it? Sorry, out of character.
You don't have direct evidence
No.
of exactly who or what the Red Veils are and what they're doing. You did catch them doing a human sacrifice in a temple at one point. But you couldn't pin it directly on anybody.
I thought you had said we had a person that I wrote down here just from the past 5 minutes that we have a no, it was the bard who was a witness that alleges that Vera was the leader of the Red Veils. I thought one of you just said that.
No,
I missed it.
No. That's one of the bandit that were killed outside. That was that we did talking with the dead, and he gave us some information. That's how we discovered the Red Veil.
But so we can't call the dead to.
No.
Okay.
No, but we can present at least as part of the plot that they are the one that were trying to poison. They were trying to poison. They actually did poison the well of the gladiators, and they've been also.
Now, we have saved one of the person who was supposed to poison the well of the gladiators, but he can't tell us that it was Vera.
No,
I thought we could. Okay, so we actually don't have. I've written down in the past 5 minutes that because I'm assuming I was gone.
The bard will tell to the crowd though the association that they have with her and the Red Veils.
So I didn't really totally misspeak there.
No, because if he was to be assassinated, she was planning on taking over for him, but they would be working together because he would still be alive and probably still working in the background, on the back of all this. Even if he was dead in public, he's still the leader of the guild.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't want it to be Marham. Like, we need to have her just for the sake of psychology and brain breaks. I feel like this is a good time to invoke her into all this.
All right, I want everybody to roll an insight right now. DC 15, insight.
Okay.
Insight.
I got it automatic, Ninja.
All right.
$31.
All right.
5.
Ring sight.
He's gone. He's still eating.
He didn't
Roll
come
for
back
him.
yet. I roll a 15 for him, so he makes it. At least I hope we do. I don't know what his modifier is. Let me double check.
Insight is wisdom, but would. No, it's not a check. So we did have a Hero's Feast Ninja though.
That doesn't give us bonus to
No,
insight, right?
No.
no.
Just
I'm just want to make sure, and
He's got +5.
Wisdom saving throws.
yeah, that doesn't count.
for fear.
He's got a 20 in wisdom. Not bad.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Oh, he has an item. If I'm wrong.
Okay, so everybody who beat the DC 15, you are observant enough to note the expression of each of the senators. Now, you know Marham is dead set against you, so that is a no-go. And it seems like Vera is also hard on his side, so that's a no-go. He's also got Senator Duram and Doram and Zyram. Oh, no, wait. Jaram, just Jaram. And then Erdenmore, and basically, like, your side, you appear to have convinced Zyram, Doram, and Koram. Now, Koram is the half-giant, and he's got a lot of scars, so obviously he's sort of in with Erdenmore. He likes the gladiators. He's a blunt, hot-tempered, strong senator, and so he seems to be on your side. And the other two that were with you, Doram and Zyram. Doram also appears to be a battle-scarred veteran, and Zyram is a scholarly person, and he seems to like the presentation of evidence and the use of zone of truth, and that seems to be what turned him to your side. And so he's really evidence-based, and he likes seeing the evidence that you've presented.
We got more.
So right now it's
we also have
right now it's 3 against and 3-4. So we are running a tie currently. Thalram, Siram, Vekram, and Liram seem uncertain, and we're gonna go into a new round. Right there.
Andrew, you said I also had Nawab Sebulba, who is a supporter of Erdenmore now.
Okay. I forgot about that one. Yeah, because they were already a fan, I'm going to give them a positive modifier, and when I roll for them after your speech... Ooh, only a 13. Okay, so here we are going into round 2. It seems as if the evidence has been shocking, and many people that were on the fence have changed sides, but hardliners that were really involved in their own thing, they've sort of doubled down, and it looks like you have a chance here, and if you press your advantage, you might be able to swing some of these swing voters, these 4 to 5 swing voters here. So you get one more chance.
I got an idea.
Do you have another convincing argument that you can throw at the senators?
We got a couple more.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the city, as you know, it's not good to have thieves causing issues. Some of the strategy that Morham has been using is to disrupt the markets, stealing from the silos, stealing from the shops. Many of the merchant, which I'm sure that many of you senators and people in the public that can hear us right now, you know this destabilization that it has caused, the issues that it has caused, the profit that you've lost, but also to the poverty and the famine that it has been contributing to. All executed by the Red Veils or other associated guilds to the guild. And the guild has been the one that has been, for the most part, most responsible. We have proof that they have plotted constantly into playing with the mind of the people, manipulating people, manipulating the truth, and blaming every single thing on the gladiators when the gladiators have been always there for the city, for your entertainment, but also for your protection. Let's bring our other witness. And
At that point, I'm going to be walking up with. This is going to be the witness, the one who.
the criminal one?
Yeah, this is the one we brought to life, I believe.
No, this
No.
is the one that offered us that money.
Offered us. Okay, yeah. So we're walking forward, and a lack of stability is at the core of what has made life in Rom quite so hard. What sets it apart from life in so many other city-states across the tablelands. The Night Runner elves were not interested in stopping their plundering. They were not interested in being part of making a stable life for all of Ramites. In a similar way, we find that Marham and Vera, these Nawabs, are not interested in long-term stability. They need to make life unstable for you by stealing from the granaries and pinning that on other scapegoats so that you do not have what you need to survive and thrive in Rom. I now present our second witness. I escort him into the zone of truth, making sure that no one attacks him on the way in.
Yeah, he will be himself in the zone of truth. He is not a willing witness, and we do need to use this magic to have him say the truth. He is one of the lieutenant from the guild, and we have captured him when he was trying to bribe us with a large sum of 100 gold. Where did he take that gold from? Probably from all of you, people of Aram, to involve us into getting into conflict with the gladiators. And we'll let him, we'll ask him the questions. And
Who hired you?
All right.
What was your mission?
So you get him
Who do you
to
work with? Yeah.
reveal all of the evidence of how he's connected to Marham and what the Thieves Guild has been doing, what the operations of the Thieves Guild have been trying to change public sentiment and to do a lot of sabotage and blame it on the arena faction.
more proof of this now, of this destabilization in the markets, not just into the pores, not just into the silos and the food, but also in the coin quarter has been affected by that. There was an assassination that was done not so long ago, and the reason why it was done is simply because they wanted to create some destabilization between the markets and the gladiators. And this is the person that they killed, that the Lord of Flame brought back to life. And we'll bring the merchant.
Okay. We'll escort. Maybe that can be Long or or no, hold on. Ringsite or Morgue, or escorting that one up.
This man can be in the zone of truth, but we do trust his words. He does not need to be there to tell us his story. So we were gonna, present him. People like, do we see any type of reaction from the people, like the senators, like when they see someone that was dead, pronounced dead, and announced dead in the city?
No. No response to that.
But the senator that is still alive is the last one to call forward.
Yep. Okay, so we'll have him. And now it's going to be the senator, I guess. And to the senators that still wonder if Moram is really on your side, you trust him, no? You really, really trust him. If I told you that he killed one of you, that if you do not do what he bids, or if he thinks that is more in his benefit to get rid of you, he will kill you and blame it on someone else. And we have the proof of that. Just a few weeks ago, one of you was killed, and the blame was put on the gladiator. But that was a lie. That was an assassin, paid by the gladiator, paid by the guild. And this is my proof. And then we bring this guy disguised, and then we remove his disguise in front of everyone, so they can see the senator.
Stay close by to defend him.
And we'll have him speak to his fellow senators and let him tell the story of what happened.
Ready to action to interpose myself against any assassinations attempts.
Any reaction from Maram when he sees that the senator is back and he's still alive?
Oh yeah, the smile is off of his face. He is getting upset that all this evidence has been presented and exposed all of the activities that he's been involved in.
So I will say, is that a proof of your guilt? That new face of yours, Maram, you're not smiling so much anymore.
Okay, so it seems as if you were unable to convince Saram, Vekram, or Liram, but you did convince Talram. So you've now got 4 that are on your side.
What about the senator, though, that we brought back in?
If they were a lesser senator, they don't get a vote.
Oh, okay.
All right, is there anything you can do to convince these people?
I have a challenge for Maram. Come and stand in my zone of truth and answer to the public.
Nah, he's not going to do that.
No.
Well,
actually,
it's
he
fine,
could, and he's immune to it, and he would just lie.
Okay.
I count 5 on 5. So is it now up to the tiebreaker of the Templars, or? But also, okay. Quick sidebar.
One thing. Can I? I'll just say one thing here. Okay. We are from Tyr, and we are very influential. We have worked with many cities in the in all of Athos, and we truly, and I know we do not have a vote in this room, but I will say one thing: is that Tyr is not willing to do business with Maram. We will do business with Nuangar, Ardenmore.
All right.
Ardenmore, sorry. We have some arrangement, and we are willing to bring back the trades and help this city as well by providing food and things that you need in exchange, for some of your goods that you're capable of providing. But Tyr says here, believes that for the city here to subsist and to do well, you need someone that can not only be a good representative of the people that will want to take care, but also a strong man. Because this world is not going to be willing to let another city, especially a weak city, to be a free city. You are at risk of all of your surrounding large cities. You know that very well. And we will stand by you. But we only believe that Erdenmar is the person that will be able to protect your town. And we will not trust a murderer, a schemer, a manipulator, a leader of a guild of thieves and assassins like Moramor.
All right. I did another round of rolls, and unfortunately, they were pretty bad.
Oh my god.
All right. So, despite all of your best efforts, Marham is too popular. His populism seems to have got a number of the senators, especially Saram, Vekram, and Lirim, all have swayed onto his side, and they don't seem to be budging away from it. Despite all the evidence, it doesn't look like they're going to turn against him for this critical vote, and you really need at least one of them. So, is there any last-ditch effort that one of you can throw out?
Okay, I'm sure I'm forgetting something here on my list, but I do wonder. Okay, so I'm on my list here. Suram, Vekram.
Tell you what.
Wait a minute.
I'll give you another insight roll.
Well, that's actually where this is going. I'm wondering why they are still interested in face of all this evidence. Do they does he have something on them, or are they in bed in that same way with him? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If I know that from either my contact
29.
or and I'll roll.
Now, hold on. For this round,
We have pretty good.
hold on. For this round, you can only roll an insight against one senator. So you have to pick which senator you insight, and I'll tell you what you see about them.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Is that for everyone?
Each person gets to look at one.
All right, I'll
I'm
choose.
going to look at. Go ahead.
So
It doesn't matter.
Saram,
Anyone.
Saram, Vekram, or Lirim.
Saram, and I got a 23.
All right. So Saram, she was a athletic middle-aged woman. And she's covered in tattoos that denote her merchant house allegiance. So you can tell that she seems to be a pragmatic deal maker that values coin and stability above ideology. So
You should have been the most convinced by Grimorn's last testimony.
Not quite. Not quite. So, who else wants to analyze somebody with an insight roll? You've still got
Well, I'll do
Vekram and
Lirim.
All right. Lirim. Lirim is a woman of cold beauty in her 40s with porcelain skin, green eyes, and elaborate golden headdress. You've noticed that her temperament is icy, calculating. She's a long-term schemer, and she rarely shows emotion during negotiations, so she's been completely unreadable. In your best efforts, you can't tell anything about Lirim. Alright, who wants to roll against Vekram?
Yeah, he rolled 29
Alright.
for Vector.
Vekram was the imposing older black man with a large beard and one milky eye and a bit of a limp. So his temperament seems to be honorable but stubborn. He's really stubborn, and he hasn't budged after multiple rounds of this debate. That stubbornness, he seems to be difficult to bribe, but maybe he can be won over with appeals to tradition and the good of the city. Because he perked up a little bit when you started to make mention of doing things for the city, but he seems to be a very traditional and old man, and that adherence to tradition hasn't really come up in the conversation, so he wasn't swayed.
How old is the Colosseum, or the is that traditional to ROM that they have
Oh yeah,
the
centuries old.
arena fight?
Centuries
Well,
old.
I was thinking what that means is the Templars and the fact that the Templar cast.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about like the plans of Mar and working with the Templars.
Well, perhaps it's time for the Templar, the leader of the Templars, to say a few words.
Okay, you call up Kazakh Ulrim. Kazakh Ulrim is going to stand before the congregation, before the Nawabs, and before the populace of Ram, and in a booming voice he is going to proclaim that he has declared for Erden Moor. He believes that Erden Moor is the gauntleted fist of order that will stamp out the criminal element in Ram and bring an end to this terrible civil war and this perpetual battle in the streets. So Kazakh Ulrim is emphatic that Erden Moor is the better choice, and that the full backing of the Templars is behind Erden Moor and the Arena faction. And he even throws in that you should disregard the fact that he's a dwarf and that it will not lead to any issues. He's just as good as any human, and these human Nawabs shouldn't let that taint their decision making, because he can tell that some of them might be humanists.
That's what we miss.
That are
a little bit
that
of
are
discrimination,
opposed to a dwarf being in charge, maybe. And so he's making the argument that they shouldn't let the fact that he's a dwarf decide it for them. So that's going to give a minor bonus to a couple of them. Does anybody else have anything else they want to add?
I bring up that Erden Moor holds the celebrations and the festivities of the arena games for the city, which is part of their culture, and that it's will be a continued great celebration for the city every time they have more festivities, and it could even bring in some tourism if they stabilize the city enough to have visitors from outside.
At the same time, I'd like to announce that we're planning at the celebration to have a intercity tournament, and that we have some of our great gladiators to come and to participate through a tournament.
What I would be adding is the fact that you certainly have the allies of the Heroes of Tyr, and moving forward, King Tithian and the Free City of Tyr as allies. Should Hector Titley or other forces come knocking on your door, we want to guarantee your independence.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Sorry I was going so long. I think my brain needed a reset. So all the staring at numbers too long. They're all just bleeding together into a big blob of bleed.
All right,
We've been having speech time.
So Taro,
no.
we've been doing the big trial where all the evidence has been presented, but some of the senators are unconvinced. Now, people have been doing insight rolls and trying to figure out why they're unconvinced. And currently we've got Nawab Saram, and Nawab Saram seems like they would be on your side, but they're not. And they're deeply involved with like money and deal making, and they don't care so much about ideology, but they do care about money. And so maybe you haven't appealed to their money enough.
I'd like to make a deal.
Well, hang on. Let me do the other
Okay.
two. So then,
Yeah.
Nawab Vekram is a traditionalist, and he really, like, the appeal to tradition kind of works, but he's very stubborn and doesn't want to change his opinion. So you did get a bonus on the roll, but he still isn't changing his mind, unfortunately. I mean, he's being really stubborn about it. So you need some way to break that stubbornness. You need to find something that you can appeal to his desire for tradition more than just the arena games, apparently. And then lastly, we've got Nawab Laram, which is an unreadable, pale-skinned woman who is cold and calculating. Although, that last thing that you said might have helped a little bit there.
Well, the testimony of the Templars. I thought that was going to take care of Vekram, but if it takes care of you said not Liram.
So for Liram, it was mostly the defense pact. Like, if Tyr is going to help Rom against an attacker, that would be in her benefit. So that helps a little bit with Liram.
I'd like to make a step forward. I would also make a deal. I would like for us to make a deal with the city. And if we can trust the city, and I call with my stone of sending, okay? I tell the ship to fly above the stadium here, so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
And I tell them, the ship allows us to travel the lands much faster. And we've already in Tyr made a port, and we made also another port that allows us to make business with other cities such as Nibene. We go all the way up to, what is the name of that city where Korganard is now?
Kern.
You're talking about, okay, yeah. I was going to mention how we help the Bandit King, but go ahead.
We go all the way to Kern. We are developing some markets of transportation that are much more, that are safer, that are more rapid. And we would like to offer, if you are to take the right decision, to potentially make this city a post where some of our ships can actually stop. And we can bring in and do more business and faster and safer business. Maybe even cheaper business, since there's a lot less chances of loss with the city of Rom. But obviously, we will do it only if we can trust the city. I'm gonna try to maybe influence that lady that likes business.
Telepathically, ring sight. Is there anything that you can find about these last holdout Nawabs as to what we're forgetting to bring to the conversation? What is it that they're really needing to hear from us that we haven't already said? Now, you don't know what we've already said, but go ahead.
If you can dig in there,
that, they're gonna know that I did it.
Oh, okay.
That's only for people whose opinions we don't care about.
But even surface thoughts?
Yeah, that's how Ninja decided.
Okay.
They can feel it. They don't get a save until you try to probe deep, but they can still tell.
Okay. Well, I mean, we kind of understand mostly what they want from just insight, but I don't see anything in my notes here that we've forgotten.
All right, so there's deliberation among the Nawabs and much discussion among the people in attendance.
How's the crowd reacting? Can I hear the crowd from where we're at?
Oh, yeah.
There were many exclamations of shock when different revelations were explained. Things that people thought about Marham have been completely shifted and shaking the foundations of the beliefs of the people in the town here. It was actually incredibly close when the vote happened. Marham, of course, votes for himself. Vera votes for Marham. Nawab Karam votes with Erdenmore. The big half-giant decides that Erdenmore and his strength is what Rom needs. Thalram, he was swayed by whoever offered the best protection for his family's trade interests. And you made some pretty good arguments there. And so Thalram sides with Erdenmore. Siram values coin and stability above ideology and will flip sides if the price is right. They were bribed by Marham, and they vote with Marham. Jaram is paranoid and opportunistic. They whisper alliances in private and demand heavy favors before committing a vote. They were also bribed by Marham and voted for Marham.
Who was that you said?
Jaram.
Got it.
There's no way for us to bribe them.
They were pretty hard. You had like a negative on the roll, so they were hard to win over. Vekram is too stubborn.
The honorable stubborn.
He
still stayed with Marham?
He was too stubborn. He voted for Marham.
Oh my gosh.
It was probably because he's human centric. He doesn't like dwarves. The tradition of Rom is that it's ruled by humans, and so he doesn't like Erdenmore for that reason. Nawab Liram was swayed by your promises of a defense pact with Rom, and so she sides with Erdenmore for the defense of Rom. Doram was the battle-scarred one who was missing an ear, and they distrust flowery speech, but most of what you said was straightforward, and they respect strength and militarism, and you spoke a lot about stuff like that, so they sided with you pretty much right off the bat. They were with you the whole time. And then lastly, Nawab Zyram, who was the scholarly man, and you won them over right away too with all of your evidence. So they were in the bag for Erdenmore right from the start. And then of course, because it was tie 5-5, Kazikoram, the High Templar, says, "It is decided then, Erdenmore shall be king of Rom."
Oh my god. Oh, the cheer. I'm going to shoot a fireball in the air.
There are various cheers and boos from the crowd as the word spreads around the hall.
I'm going to shoot a fireball in the air. Have it explode.
Marham, of course, is completely befuddled by his loss here. And him and his bodyguard are going to meet with some of the Nawabs that sided with him in the vote in discussion off to one side in hushed tones. After losing the vote, they seem to be, conspiring. But they put up a ward so nobody can eavesdrop on what they're discussing.
Can I cast a silence in their zone?
No.
I'm going to be watching and waiting for his shadow.
Read lips.
I could try, but they may be doing things telepathically. I'm looking for Dio and watching for him to do something terrible.
Yeah, Dio Brando is like making sure that nobody can eavesdrop on the conversation among the Nawabs.
I'm gonna go to Erdenmore. My congratulations. We finally made it, but I think they're going to conspire and do something since they've lost. So be on your
Prepare.
guards, and you might want to get the Templars and everyone on guard.
Ah, indeed. But
And
first,
we will help no matter. But we should put that crown on your head.
yes, but first a celebration and a coronation.
You mind if I stand by you?
Ah, certainly.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna-
walk over to Marhan.
I'm gonna kind of stand between Oanmar and Maram. Okay.
Yeah. And what do you
And
do?
Oren, I don't know if you want to hide or something, but
Here's what's going to happen. I make my way forward to the crowd, over towards Marham's little huddle, and I see that Dio is there doing his psionic warding and protections, and he's looking around until we lock eyes. We make eye contact,
Okay.
and we'll stare for a moment. And then all of a sudden, a person walks in between our line of sight, and I'm gone.
He still has those
Okay.
records up.
Stealth mode?
and don't
Yeah.
forget, like the three of you, you do have a tattoo of dispel magic.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
In case you ever need now. I'm gonna remove my spells too that I used there. Ninja.
All right.
I used the Zone of Truth.
30 on stealth, just FYI if it matters.
All right. You sneak into the crowd like it's a. Yeah, what's that game? With the assassin, the Assassin's Creed.
Guns Creed. Yeah.
Is Teocles and Quick Windsor, are they around here?
No, they'd be in the arena.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna look at the coronation. Is that the name? The word?
All right. Well, there's going to be a bit of a parade going from the palace all the way to the arena as Erdenmore's procession return back to their base of operations for the big event. They've invited all the people of Rom to attend at the arena, and so many of the important people of Rom are going to travel out to the northwest. They're going to go to the arena.
I'm not going with them.
So
I
gonna be-
am shadowing Marham's people.
Oh, well, they're going to go to the coronation too, of course. Like all of the senators and all of their processions, they're all traveling to the arena for the event.
Okay.
So if you're following him, you will get there as well.
Okay.
Okay, so throughout the following couple of hours, there's this procession of people, and they travel to the arena, and many vendors are going to set up shop and hand out some of the food that's available, and so people are sort of eating and discussing things, and the rumors are spreading fast and furious. Some people are saying that they can't believe a dwarf is going to be king, and they can't believe there's going to be a king of Rom, and people are talking about the end of the Civil War, and some people are unclear if Marham is going to take this laying down, or if he's going to scheme. People worry that there will be scheming and that the Civil War will just start right back up even if Erdenmore is crowned. Some of the rumors going back and forth. Some people think that this peace won't last.
Who can blame them? It's all they've known their entire lives.
So
If
before
only they
the
could see
gathered
what life is
crowds,
like in Tyr.
Erdenmore is going to give a big speech before the gathered crowds, and it's a long speech where he discusses the trials and tribulations of the Civil War over the past year, and all of the things that have happened, and how it's all come to this in this final moment. And he talks about how his army of gladiators is the biggest and best trained force in Rom, and it only makes sense that he rules over the city to protect it. And Kazakh is there, and He brings the crown of Rom, and there's a large wagon platform dispatched to sit in the center of the arena as a stage for the coronation event. And Kazakolram and some of the Templars are there, and Kazakolram, he's going to hand off the crown to some of the other Templars, and he's going to retreat to the noble area at the western side of the arena. So he crosses over the gorge, and he goes into the noble area, into the back area, or the seating overlooks the arena, where he can find himself a good seat. The back wall of the arena is riddled with the myriad tunnels and secret passages, and the Templars know of the best locations to view all the events from. All right, so Erdenmore has a big smile on his face, and all of his gladiators, they're going to cheer, and they're going to bang their weapons on their shields. A huge clamor as the weapons are bashing against each other, the smacking on the shields, creating a rhythmic percussion in the amphitheater. And so everybody is chanting Erdenmore, Erdenmore, the new king of Rom, and so the Templar that has the crown is going to bring the crown up and rest it on Erdenmore's brow, and Erdenmore is going to wave to the crowd. The new king is crowned in Rom, and everybody is cheering.
This is when they will strike. Do we have any spell defenses for Erdenmore?
Okay, suddenly a cacophony of panic erupts in the stands. In scattered places, aged men and women clutch their chests and drop gasping to the ground. All of you begin feeling an intense pain.
Uh-oh.
What? I wasn't over there.
So everybody, even like regardless of where you are?
Everyone or what?
Everybody in the arena is in pain.
Wait, was
How many people?
Marham in the arena?
This is like thousands and thousands of people of Rom have gathered for the coronation.
I'm looking at Dio. Is this Gadge stuff?
Dio Brondo, he's guarding Marham, and he seems to have thrown up some kind of defenses, but they don't seem to be doing anything, and he's got sweat on his brow and a bug-eyed look on his face, and he doesn't understand what's going on.
Really? So that he seems to be in pain as well.
Yes. It seems to be affecting Marham. It seems to be affecting Dio. It's affecting all the people in the crowd. The older, weaker members of the crowd are dropping first. Stronger people
Can I
like
cast
you.
a spell?
What do you want to cast?
Just grab it.
Is this similar to what happened to us in Tyr when we were in the Coliseum?
Well, a very long time ago, a memory sparks in Gramorn's memory when the events happened in Tyr. The ritual to transform into a dragon caused this exact effect. You remember it clearly.
Hey, maybe
More good to remember that.
Maybe I'm not actually affected because I am protected from the life drain of defiling.
Ah, yeah. That
There's a
magic item would
defiler.
help.
There's a defiler, and we need to find the source.
Did you say we can't breathe for some reason?
No,
No.
we are having our life sucked out of us.
Oh.
It is a soul drain. Everybody's soul is being ripped out to power a draconic rebirth.
Yeah, if I cast Detect Magic, would that help me see where it's going?
All right, you cast a detect magic, and your eyes are glowing. You look around. It seems as if there are magical energies flowing from the west, from the noble area.
Where Olram just went?
Yeah.
Oh shit. He's gonna bring back Badna. Okay. I'm gonna make haste. Seeing the bewildered look in Dio's face, maybe he's not really who I need to be watching out for. I make as much haste as I can, and I'll blow dice on teleportation to help with this Sinai teleportation. But to where I think Kazakh Ulram went, and he's the only person who I can think of who could possibly be doing this sort of thing. And I say, my friends, we have a defiler, and I think he's in the Noble District. Magic energy seems to be heading that direction. I'm already on my way.
You know the priest from the city?
Badna?
Yeah, is that where their church is?
No.
No. Okay.
Does locate creature? Is it? Can I request to find the defiler? Does that count?
It would not, no. You could name somebody and find that person in particular.
Can I do a divine intervention, ninja?
I don't know if it would work. What do you want to do?
See, if potentially, I can get protected from this drain.
Okay.
Potentially.
You have to make a roll, right?
Yeah, I need a D100. Where am I D100? Okay. Is that it?
The protection from Gurney will happen to save me.
You have to describe the assistance you seek and then roll percentile dice. You want to be protected from the soul drain.
No, I missed. Next level, I get it automatic.
All right.
Not at level 19.
So, I'm going to roll some dice. All right, so Grimorn, you lose a point of charisma.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Oren, you lose a point of dex.
Do I?
Dex.
Don't I not?
Your item doesn't protect you against ability point drains.
Oh.
It would
Okay.
protect you against damage. Taro,
Mm-hmm.
you lose a point of strength.
Ouch.
Wait,
You
I don't
won't be
know.
able-
Does that mean I'm too weak to be a paladin right now? Is that how that works?
No. This is just ability drain. It's like an injury that you can heal.
Alright, we gotta get to that source.
And Morg, you also lose a point of charisma.
So are we in the Coliseum right now?
You were in the stands.
Alright, I'm gonna head towards Moram.
Hey, my earrings of life prevent me from being defiled, and then they broke because I failed to save.
Okay.
I'm
Is
gonna
that how that works?
It'll protect him for a turn.
I'm gonna head towards Moram Ninja.
All right. So the party begins moving towards the noble back areas here. So you guys can put yourself on the map here in the grand viewing gallery area.
It's possible mind break too then. If that's how that works.
His item specifically says that it breaks if he fails to roll a check. It's it's not a limited use item, but it is an item that has the potential to just like break on you on any use.
I don't know where Moram is. But...
So like if you were lucky, it would have just if Morg was lucky, it would have just kept working forever. But one bad roll and it snaps. Okay, so we go into round 2. I'll roll a bunch of d6s again. All right. Gramorn loses a point of dex.
Okay.
Oren loses a point of charisma. Ringsight, point of charisma. That's going to hurt your spellcasting. And Morg, you lost a point of con. That might change your hit points.
It does not for now.
Okay.
So who's the one that is doing this, Oren? Do you know?
I'm making a beeline for Kazakal Ram, where his last known position is, but I don't actually know. That's my best guess so far.
Okay, so you arrive in the noble area and you see that there's various faction members that are here. So you've got Theocles and Quickwenzer in these seats over here, and probably up in the skybox here, Marham and his people are there. And there's various other people in other rooms and sections here. Erdenmore, of course, is down in the coronation section, so he's not going to be here on the map. Him and his little group are off the map in the arena. Okay, so you have arrived in the noble section of the arena, and you're standing in front of all of the big arches that go into the back rooms. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna yell to. I'm gonna tell, not yell, but I'm gonna tell to Ringside in his head. Put on those glasses to see the invisibility and see if you can see anything suspicious. And,
All right, I'll take a look.
Well, I'm keeping my detect magic going, and
what am I
I'm just
telling you?
I'm looking for, and I'll fly for this whole time. Let's see. I guess I could also go invisible. And I'm looking for Kazakh-Ulram.
All right.
I saw where he went, but I don't know if this is a roll or like.
Well, you saw that he went to this location,
Okay.
but you don't know where he is on this location. But there's some
Could we
people here. Maybe
investigate?
somebody saw him go by. There's lots of people here. Somebody must have seen him walk through. Maybe they know where he went.
Okay, well, maybe I won't go invisible yet. I'll ask Quickwinzer and Theocles first if they have seen Kazakh-Ulram. The High Templar, have you seen him?
Quickwenzer points over his shoulder with his thumb. He says, he walked that way.
I thank you. Maybe you want to come with me and find him. This could get ugly.
Okay.
Yeah, keep
We
on
know that
looking
he's
for him.
the defiler.
I have no other leads, but remember, and I'll say this telepathically, he was so urgent, he was so aggressive in wanting to make the coronation happen right away. He was impatient about it. He almost didn't care who, but he was very willing to go ahead and put the crown on Erdenmore's head right away. And his connection to the old ways,
Yep.
to the Sorcerer King of old, and to Badna, I fear that if not Kazakh-Ulram, someone very close to him
You would have had
is
access
excited
to.
about this.
You would
Yes.
have had access to a lot of the items and maybe the
And
knowledge.
defilers, yes. So our earliest ally seems to be taking advantage of this situation to do his own psionic and magical power grab to become his own sorcerer king.
Okay, the trail of Kazakh Ulram leads into the main hall behind the front seating in the noble area here. You get in here and you can see no sign of him to the left, no sign of him to the right. What do you do?
Quick, Windsor. Theocles, why don't you take right and I'll go left?
All right. They go looking down this way, and it's a dead end. They find nothing over here. They're just exploring in the rocks at the eastern end of the arena here.
Okay.
Somebody has an item that they're using to see invisible, right?
Yes.
Yes,
What item? What have you got?
Is those binoculars that item that allows them to see invisibility, things that are not visible? Or the monocle?
No. The crossbow?
No,
It's
it's some sort of glass that you have.
no, that just enhances this range.
So once it becomes clear that I can maybe be seen by a ring sight, I'm going to go invisible. So I can at least have there's somebody I can talk to and communicate with who knows where I am when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, the eyeglass of secrets.
You pull out the eyeglass of secrets and you begin to look through it. Does it reveal secret doors?
I don't have a description written down. I just noted that I had it.
I do have an item that is like a one-time use that identify that can find a secret door.
So it might be based on the Wand of Secrets, which reads, while holding it, you can use an action to determine if there is a secret door or trap within 30 feet of you. The wand pulses and points at the one nearest you, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily. It's got 3 charges.
Okay.
That's the default one. I don't know what your item specifically would say, but it's based on that. So you can
No,
use it
well,
similarly.
it's the same kind of idea, but I think it's only one shot.
Okay. So you use your item of secrets, and it does reveal that there is actually a concealed secret door right here.
Ooh.
Bloop. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And it breaks.
I like that.
All right, so the trail would have gone cold right here. You could have asked this dwarf, and he would have said Kazarek didn't come by this way, and you could have gone this way and seen that he didn't show up over there, but you found the secret door. Secret door
didn't have
leads
time for that.
The secret door leads into a mysterious area of the noble backrooms. This is an area that even Erdenmore doesn't know exists, which leads to a secret staircase that goes underneath his arena to a vault that he didn't know existed.
Holy. Oh, is that where my item is, Ninja?
Maybe.
Fuck's sakes.
All right.
Well, we're gonna go in there.
You descend.
Yeah, we're running. We're rushing into there. We don't have time. We gotta save everyone's life here.
I'm going to try and catch up.
Yeah. We're even gonna save a fucking moron, for God's sakes. Forbidden Library.
All right. I'll grab your figurines here. And move them up onto.
Oh my God!
this
Another
map right
one of
here.
these. Can we make a ninja like a secret, like a little, you know, these sticks that makes you detect water? Leads you to water, you know?
Like
those-
dowsing rod.
Yeah, but one for obsidian orbs. Just to
find
make
all
it
the orbs.
easy. Yeah, exactly.
Ping, 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 ping.
Yeah.
All right. So You have found a secret dungeon.
Well, we need to make haste to find this defiler before he sucks our souls out.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift into a fire elemental.
Hold on. Mm-hmm.
I gotta make a Grimoire / fire elemental character. I've been using the Myrmidon one, which looks...
If all of these are 5-foot squares, I'm just gonna pretty much like explore the entire area real fast as a dash and travel like 200 feet.
Yeah, that's gonna be my fire elemental form.
Oh yeah, hold your horses, because I have to put some other things on the board.
This is gonna be my fire elemental form, ninja.
All right.
Oh my god. Red veils? What?
What the shit?
Maybe you can help me arrange the cultists around the altar here.
Yeah, just
Around
put them in a
that
straight
altar.
line so I can do a firewall on them. Oh my god. He's trying to become a dragon. Is that lady, maybe?
The veil ones, they're going in the rooms, and just the cultists are going to be in the altar area.
Okay. I'll move the ninja dudes. You know, when we go back to tier, we gotta figure out if there's one of those. Because we have our own Templar guy, the king. Well, yeah, next week I won't be able to, like I told Ninja, but I won't be able to play next week. I'm gonna be with
What
family.
you got going on? Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's my birthday on.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. I don't even remember what age I'm gonna be.
That's like me.
Yeah, it's like what?
My wife forgets her age frequently.
I'm still 25.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, it's been 20 years. I'm 25. Is it an obsidian orb in the middle of that room?
There's some stuff.
Yeah, some crazy shit in this arena. That looks like a teleportation kind of plate there. Yeah, they're coming from the U.S. A lot of people, and we're gonna do the touristy stuff.
Oh, nice.
What? Who's the dragon?
Kazakorum himself is the dragon.
He morphed already, or is he morphing?
Nice.
All right, so now that all the setup is done, you rush through the secret door and down the secret staircase into the Red Veil's hidden temple underground. All right, before you is a enormous staircase which descends deep, deep underground. Now, Morg said he is going to rush in at high speed, and so in elemental form, Morg, you fly in, but you trigger a trap at the bottom of the stairs here. Alright.
He's overing though. Is he?
So I need a dex save, DC 18.
Should have been me.
Could have been you.
Don't forget you have Hero's Feast, so you have 2d10 extra health.
Yeah, let me roll that. Okay, that's 9 temp HP. I forget if do wind elementals have proficiency with dex saves, or is it just their dex mod?
Probably just their dex mod. Most monsters aren't proficient.
I have my flourish sight on. 14 dex save. That's yeah.
Okay, you fail your dex save, you get struck by lightning. You do take half damage, so you take 11 instead of 22 lightning damage. A thunderbolt strikes down from the ceiling as you fly through, and it's also sort of an alarm. It's a little hard to tell. There are walls, so maybe I should use a different color for this. Alright, so line of sight isn't super easy. Like, this is a wall, and this is a wall, so you can only sort of see into the inner room through that entrance right there.
Mhm.
And this is a wall right here, so you only have a little view of that room there, and you can see a lot of this room over here from where you're at. Okay, so everybody's been sort of alerted to your presence, but you still have movement. You're still on your surprise round here, so what do you want to do?
That's anybody?
Well, this is Morg.
Oh,
Morg decided to scout
Alright.
ahead with his movement, but he got hit by a trap.
These squares they're 5 feet.
Yeah.
We keep flying through the hallways.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so I would get about here with 100 feet of movement.
So over here, it's not the line tool. This is the line tool. So over here, this is the wall, and this is a wall, and this is a wall. All right. So you fly. As you're flying, you're going to see that there's some openings, right? So you flew to the right, and there's a waiting area in the front here, and then there was an open passage, and you flew down the passage, and as you're flying down the passage, There's an opening to the right, which seems to go into a large room that's lit by these hanging lanterns, and there's murals that are hanging, like tapestries, on the walls, and there's incense burning, and there's some beds in that room. It looks like there's probably a couple Red Veil members that are sleeping on the beds. I don't know if you'll see them in the corners there, but they're back in the room there. To your left, in that room, you look in there, and there seems to be an altar. And the altar has an enormous ruby with sort of like a fist holding the ruby that's carved out of the ruby itself. So all of it is a ruby, but it's like a fist holding a ruby carved out of a larger ruby. And it is glowing and pulsing with fiery energy, but it is encased in a shimmering protective force field with a magical rune floating above it, like a protective rune, like an obviously powerful protective rune that keeps anybody from taking whatever this artifact is at the heart of this room here. And there are runes written in the floor connecting in towards the dais in the middle, and all of them are aglow with a magic. And the description of it is that there is a geyser of burgundy flame shooting from the ritual altar. The air around it shimmers with raw energy, and waves of flaxen light scintillate over its surface. A steady, growing golden light grows brighter and brighter from within it, pulsing like a heart.
Well, that's gotta die.
That's my item. That's been what I've been looking for. I wonder what that does.
It sounds like we need to break that.
You've still got movement, right? More.
Can Ari see Kazakh or no?
Not there. See the red line I drew? That's a wall that blocks
Yeah.
your view, so you wouldn't be able to see him from there.
From the center is the altar thing covering him?
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see past the glowing flames. It's too bright. It would obscure your view looking straight down the middle. You can only basically see him when you get to here.
Okay.
Are you out of movement? Are you going to stop there?
That was my base movement. Trying to think if I should blow up all the cultists or not. Yeah, wait, how tall is the ceiling of this place?
You were in a dungeon. The ceilings are only about 15 feet up. No, actually, let's say 20. 20 feet up.
Okay, I'm gonna fly 10 feet up in the air and then use my dash action, or my action to dash and get over here.
All right.
Wait, what happened? Where'd I go?
Oh, did you delete yourself by accident?
Might be under. Nope.
I
He's gone.
I pressed the delete button.
Like a fart.
Oh, here it is.
There's.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, what the hell? Well, you did teleport. Greep.
You got smaller, too. That's weird. Alright, so you're pressed up against the ceiling at the corner here. You now have a view of Kazakh Ulram. You can see sort of the before and after here. Kazakh Ulram, he used to look like a regular old man dressed in the Templar armor of his station and carrying the large shield that still bears the the grim visage of Abalakra, the former sorcerer queen. Well, now Kazakh has shed much of his armor as it's burst off his body as he swells to a much larger size than his original size. You can see he used to be about this big, and now he's, sized up 1 degree.
Oh my god, it's having an erection.
He is becoming draconic. You can see black scales forming across his skin, and his snout elongating and filling with fangs, and his eyes are aglow, and his legs are bending backwards, and he's getting these big claws as his arms stretch out, and he's growing a tail.
Oh my god.
Let's see. This turn... Grimorn, you lose another charisma.
No.
Orin, you lose a con. Ringsight, you also lose a con. From the Soul Drain. And Morg, you lost a dex. So that's turn 3 of the Soul Drain effect.
Does the ability drain go on my wall-shaped form?
It's just sort of a general debuff that sticks to you in all forms.
Okay.
So even if you shift back to your human form, you're still going to have the -1 charisma, con, and dex.
Whose turn is it?
Alright, so Morg rushed in, triggered a trap, set off the alarm, and spotted a bunch of things. The rest of you are left at the top of the staircase. You see the thunderous explosion as the trap goes off and Morg continues on his way. What do you guys do? This is sort of like the surprise round, and you can do whatever you want.
I'm gonna walk into that room here. Over here. And I see the cultists doing their thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna surprise them with a firestorm.
Alright.
Let me check the spell again.
What was it, like 10 10-foot cubes? Something like that?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna get pretty much all of them.
What would that be? That'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Trying to put these little
6,
circles here.
7. Yeah, it looks like you're not going to be able to hit all of them.
Most of them, no.
Looks like all but one.
I'm gonna crank it up to. Should I? Nah. All right. Roll this. Re-rolling 1s and 2s. It's taking a second here. Re-rolling one of them. Come on. Oh, so +1. 45 damage.
45 damage.
Yep. Does that seem to be the item I'm looking for?
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to be what you're looking for. The Ember Heart artifact.
Ooh.
All right. You're going to find that everybody in this room is inside of an aura. Your fiery spell goes off, and everybody within this area is 100% immune to it.
Oh.
So you cast your spell, everything seems to go off as normal, but then all of the fire just disappears.
I see.
But it doesn't
Hey, what is this thing?
doesn't vanish into nowhere. It is drawn into the Ember Heart. All fire within this aura is sucked in.
Oh,
Oh,
duh.
just fire? Okay.
And I can't reach it, huh?
It is contained within a force field. So for a moment, the room bursts into flames, but all of the flames are immediately extinguished by the aura. So that's your turn, right? Are you there, Ringside?
Yeah.
What about you, Will? Are you there?
Yeah, so I moved. I did 2 moves. So here's what I wanted to have happen. You said that it is clear that the Ember Heart has wards and protections around it.
Yeah,
Like-
there's a shimmering force
Believe
field
so.
encapsulating it in a bubble.
Okay. So here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to use that shimmer as the basis of me taking cover behind it.
Okay.
I'm currently invisible, and so what I'm going to do is I did a double move that was 12 squares. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 50 feet away is Kazuko Ram. I'd like to make a sneak attack damage. Or sneak attack.
All right.
Whoops. There we go. And so, rolling with advantage. Here we go on that. 27. That's a high roll.
27.
Um,
Kazuko Rem's armor class is 21, so that hits.
okay, good. I guess like I didn't want to say I'm going to blow dice on that because if it doesn't make 27, it's going to be a real rough day. So here we are on regular sneak attack damage. Just to confirm. Okay, so that's 36. Now there's a DC. I want to get this right. DC 17 con save. I don't know if that matters for him, but I've been forgetting to use that. So it is 36 regular damage.
He rolls a 27.
Okay, I kind of figured it'd be something, but okay. So that part. Did you hit the 36 damage regular?
36 damage.
Oh, that's terrible. 3 on the
What are you attacking?
psychic damage. Yeah, on Kazuko Ram.
He's resistant to psychic. He's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-metal weapons. Is your weapon metal?
It is metal. It is Grey Forged steel.
Okay, your Greyforged Steel will work as normal, but he does resist the psychic damage.
So that's only going to be 6 damage then, because it's half. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was 12 psychic damage. Now it's 6, but the 36 regular damage goes through.
Yeah. So that's what, 42?
I'm taking cover behind the ward from him. Everybody else is probably fine to attack me, but from him, I have cover, and that is my turn.
All right. So we're going into round 4. Now, let me describe Kazuko Rem for a second. During turn 1, when you first initially felt the wave of soul drain, he grew in size to 350 pounds and 8 feet tall. Turn 2, as you rush towards the noble area, he expanded to 450 pounds and grew to 10 feet tall. Going into turn 3, he grew to 650 pounds and is 11 feet tall with a longer neck, and all of his hair falls out. So here we're going into turn 4, and the only Orin and Morg can see this. Now, Kazakh on turn 4 swells to 900 pounds, and he is now a 12-foot-long draconic creature covered in black scale. And he's got these long claws at the end of each of his hands. So, turn 4, rolling some dice. Soul Drain affects everybody. Grimorn. For Grimorn, I roll Charisma again. 3 Charisma. Ouch. Grimorn gets uglier and uglier every time the Soul Drain washes over him.
I'm in fire elemental form, so it doesn't show yet.
Orin, you lost a dex. Ouch.
Oh my gosh. Again.
Ringsight, you lost a dex.
Ringside didn't do anything on that surprise round.
And
He didn't get a chance to move, but he was gone. He's are you here at the table?
Morg also lost a
Ringside.
dex. Earth to Tarot.
See,
Yeah, it's your
I
turn.
can
You
see
have
the
a surprise
table.
round.
What do you do, Tarot?
wait, where's my Drake? I would have taken him.
You want your Drake with you? I don't know where the figurine is on the board.
I got it. He's by ringside.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Do I know where his obsidian circles are?
You do not.
I summoned the air elemental.
Alright. You have summoned an air elemental.
I cast the haste spell on the air elemental.
Alright, so you activate the object to... Don't you have to roll a religion check, right? DC 15 to summon the elemental each time?
DC 15.
Yeah.
Pass.
Okay, so you pray to the winged elephant, and you manifest the air elemental, and then you cast haste on him.
And then I send him throughout the facility to find the orb.
And then you send him to search for an orb. Alright, let's see. He goes down the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. Do you want to go left or right?
Left.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Alright, I've used 45 movement. How much movement does he have?
By default, like...
It's like
hold on. Let me
90
double check.
feet?
I
Okay.
assume it's 90 feet. That sounds correct.
Yeah, he's got fly 90 feet, so he moves pretty quick. You can do 180 if he dashes. So you've moved half of your movement, and you arrive at the first room. I've got some room descriptions here. The ritual chamber. All right, so you go and you find a room. And this room, it's got a platform covered in blood. And there's chains dangling all around the room with hooks on them. There's some burning candles, different corners of the room. And there's a bunch of runes that are inscribed on the back wall that are glowing. And this room, it seems to be like a torture chamber, and there are three Red Veil cultists holding different torture implements, and they're standing over a dead body that's on an altar here. So your elemental flies into the room, looks around, does not see an orb. Do you just continue out of the room?
Yep, don't care. Moving on.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's another 30 feet. So that's going to be 75 out of your 90. All right. You fly to over here. Switch back to red. All right, so these are walls right here. So you can't see through there. But once you get to this point, you're able to see inside to this room here.
And inside the room is...
Pulling up the room description. Room of pools. Alright, so this room seems to have several deep pools of water. Like a bathhouse. There are faucets with water flowing into the pools, and the walls are covered in these really creepy sculptural reliefs that seem to be intertwining snakes connecting to an eyeball. And again, there are burning sconces around the room, illuminating it. There are a couple of Red Veil cultists that are relaxing in the pools, cleaning off all the blood from their torture session. It seems like a ritual cleansing of the blood, like they're doing it as a sacred act of some kind, or part of a ritual maybe, not just relaxing in a bathhouse, but sort of a sacred act, a religious act.
Okay, bye now. Next.
Okay. So we were at 75, 80, 85. Alright. You go past one of the doors that leads into the central room. The central room I've described a couple times, but the central room contains the heart, the Ember Heart, fire artifact that Grimorn has been looking for. And the cultists seem to be worshipping it, and it protects them from fire while they're within the aura of it. You can see Grimorn. Grimorn is in there.
Exactly?
Grimorn tries
exactly
to use a
is
fire
the item?
spell. It is a giant ruby in the shape of a hand.
How giant?
Did you see that Indiana Jones movie where the giant boulder tries to roll him over? You know the golden idol he takes? It's about that size.
Oh, the size of the golden idol?
Yeah, the size of the golden idol.
How guarded is that item?
It is protected beyond a force field. You would not be able to open it easily.
Okay, ignored. At least they did their homework, I suppose.
Do you want to dash to continue moving?
I used haste on the air elemental, so he has twice his normal movement speed.
Does it work that way? I thought it gave you 30 feet.
Looking at the rules.
Doubled.
Doubled is so powerful for a thing that moves as fast as you. Yeah, you're right. Target speed is doubled. All right. So using your double movement, you've got another 90. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're not going to notice any entrances here, so you continue to the right. 30, 35, 40. You have entered the final back room with 40 feet of movement. leaving you with 50 feet of movement left.
Going on over here?
Okay, so in the back part of the temple, Kazakh Olram has been completing his ritual. Let me spawn in the orbs that you're looking for, because you found them.
How big are the orbs?
Pretty large. They are sizable orbs.
Not particularly stable orbs.
Yeah, it's a marble. They're meant to roll. So when your elemental gets here, it's going to spot the orb. It'll probably use its movement. Did you want him to take the orb or just find them?
Steal it if possible.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20. He's got 30 feet of movement left. He gets to an orb, and he uses his action to grab the orb. And he pulls with all of his might, and he rolls a 1, and he cannot break the orb free. It seems to be attached to the wall.
Can I give him orders from over there?
Well, you've got telepathic communication ability, but I don't know. Can you?
Oh right, I can do that as a bonus action. But it's not a well, hang on, no, I needed bonus action to cast the spell after summoning him to haste him.
Yeah, you could hold off until next round.
He does technically have more movement speed.
Yeah, he has 30 feet left. Do you want him to try to come back?
Well, no, he has an extra. He has an extra action because I hasted him.
Yeah, it can only be used to dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. Unless he wanted to use that action to use an object to try to take the orb, in which case he'd still have his regular full action.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, so you have 1 action and 30 feet of movement left.
Take it again.
What?
Okay, he rolls strength check to try to pull the orb out. Oh, I rolled a 19. What's his modifier? He's got
2.
plus 2. 21 is not enough to pull it out of the wall. He fails again.
Okay, so he just actually can't.
Seems that way.
Do I know that he has it, or can see it?
Only if you telepathically communicate with him. So probably you'll be in the dark until next turn when you contact him. Or if he tries to return.
Do you have the rules on how the statuette works?
The statuette? Which one?
The idol that summons him.
The winged idol. Alright. Air elemental summoning. The winged elephant idol has the power to summon an air elemental, but it can only be unlocked under certain conditions related to rekindling the practice of the dead religion. This item can be activated by performing a religion test. Must be used by someone who knows the ancient rituals and prayers of the dead religion to function. So it doesn't really have a lot to it. It's just a religion check required.
I was hoping I could automatically communicate with him telepathically.
Nah, it doesn't give you any of that.
Oh well.
And you haven't done anything yourself. Do you want to move into the room? Do you want to go down to the bottom of the stairs so that you're sort of like in the dungeon?
Yes, and
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Butterfly can come with me invisible.
Butterfly.
We tried to take the orb.
He summoned his air elemental and sent it to steal the orb. He couldn't get it though. It requires a really high strength to pull it out of the wall.
Where's that orb?
Well, I don't know yet. 'Cause
Oh.
I couldn't establish the telepathic communication.
Oh, we need these orbs. don't we?
Currently, only the air elemental and Morg in air elemental form know about the orbs.
Darn.
Are we in telepathic communication with Morg?
We got to destroy them.
Aren't we in telepathic communication with Morg?
We are.
Yeah,
Or did you tell us where the orbs are?
I told you where Kasich is at the end of the hallway. The Ninja didn't even tell me there were orbs yet until you flew up with your air elemental, so I didn't know about it.
From your perspective, since you hadn't said anything about the orbs and they weren't your goal, I didn't really mention them. They're really like built into the wall in a way where they would not be noticeable. They're just like an obsidian sculpture in the wall. Unless you were actively looking for an obsidian orb, I wasn't going to mention them.
Okay.
We gotta destroy them.
So it was
Destroy
sort of
them.
investigation required sort of thing.
But we know about the orbs now.
Yeah, what he said.
All right, so that was sort of like a rollback because we missed your action. Then we were starting the next turn. I'm going to roll initiative for it though, because that was all sort of surprise rounds. So now we're going into. So this will be turn 4. I already did the ability drain, the soul drain effect of him becoming a dragon. So I'm not going to roll another one yet, but I will roll the initiative. So I can get rid of some of these. I need cultists. I need red veils. I need cult leader. And I need the dragon. Alright, Kasich, he's got... Gotta find his stats here. He's got a +2. Cult leader's got +4. Red Veil's got +3. Cultist got +1. No, +2. They're a stealthy bunch. Alright. Top of the initiative order, Grimoire, you're first. So you can see that your fire is being sucked into the Ember Heart. Its magical aura is absorbing all fire in the area.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Guardian.
Alright. Radiant Guardians begin to scorch all the enemies nearby.
Yeah, since it's radiant. Here. Circle. So I'm gonna move that rod, okay? So when it appears, these 4 are gonna get hit by it. But I'm gonna walk around and hit more people.
Can you protect Orin from your spells if you're
Yep.
not aware of where he is? He is invisible.
I'm visible now.
Oh, you're visible
No,
now?
but when I attacked, I was visible. That's why I was taking cover behind the thing.
Good point.
I knew
Okay,
that.
never mind. You are fully aware he's standing there, and you can protect him.
They gotta do wisdom check. 25.
Okay.
Rerolling 1s and 2s. I don't need to. Oh shit. Oh. This round, my spiritual guardian is gonna be doing 51 damage.
Ouch.
So that's these 4.
They go down.
Okay.
Your spiritual guardians knock all 4 of these low-level cultists flat. They go down like a sack of potatoes.
So these guys here, I'm going to be walking here. So these 3-2 will be, they need to roll. I should be able to get all the way over here.
All right.
Wait a second. Sciences. Actually, I can get all the way here. And hit these guys too. Ah! And there's no way to get to that orb. Yeah. We gotta figure out. Maybe by killing all these cultists. But we'll see. They're not dead yet.
All right. Skywell, you're up next.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 6 is here.
Getting a
I can't quite.
little crowded there.
Yeah, I can't quite get to the wall for hiding behind that. Could I just hide behind the plinth that this ruby is on, and do my cover from that to make my attacks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see, what's the range? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
50.
Yeah, it's doable.
Okay. Then that's what I'm going to do. I'm
Keep
going
in
to
mind,
do.
though, there is a force field. So you gotta position yourself to either side of it so you can shoot from like one of the sides.
I've got one move left over of action. Bonus to hide. Standard is to attack. I've got a move that I can kind of get around to someplace. And if I can be here when I make my attack, I think next round I could go ahead and
so that's
make
sort
a
of where
difference.
you could attack from, here or
Sure.
here.
Understood. Okay, well that's what I'm going to do this one from. And so here comes the attacks on that.
Armor class 21 on Kazakh-Orim. Oh, wait a minute. His armor class went up. We're in turn 4. His armor class.
It's a high roll, but I'm going to go ahead and use a dice on this. Just in case. Even though I rolled so high. So plus 6 more, that makes it a 31
Ooh.
hit.
But powerful attack, it does manage to penetrate his thick scales. Those big black dragon scales are impenetrable and heavily armored, but you found a spot where they hadn't grown in yet.
This is pretty much me using all my resources to make this work.
His AC is getting kind of ridiculous. In another turn or two, he's going to be real hard to hit.
Oh, that was a good damage roll. 51, that makes through,
Alright.
because it's the Gray Forged Steel. I know that this is going to have resistance in the psychic damage, but we're going to see what happens anyway. Okay, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so 22, half that, 11 psychic damage. 51 plus 11, 62 damage total.
All right, he's got 104 damage on him now. He felt that one. He recoils in pain.
That's about the highest damage I can do. We're not adding another Sorcerer King to this land. Not one more!
All right. You lay into Kazakh as he's trying to shapeshift. He's already racked by pain, but all of the psychic darts and the strange alien metal are having an effect on his body. The cult leader. The cult leader hears the thunderclap of his frontal arm. He's going to move with his forces to the secret entrance. 30. He opens the secret door and he orders his red veils out. 25, 30. All right, so the Red Veil cult leader, he uses a legendary action. And his legendary action is to order his Red Veils, and it gives them a free movement. And so on his turn, they move. That's a free extra movement. So he used his movement, and then he's going to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, wait. Hang on. Shit. I grabbed the wrong one. Alright, so the cult leader runs into the room and looks around. So he used a dash, he used a legendary action. After the cult leader, the dragon goes. Kazakh does not like that he is being attacked, so he is going to cast a 5th level Wall of Force.
Oh, shit. Not much to do about that.
Is there? Hey, Grimorn.
Counterspell.
Maybe you forgot, but Grimorn bought a counterspell tattoo for everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Do I see it?
No.
Do you see it? It's happening right in front of you.
No, I have a wall in front of me.
I use mine.
Well, maybe you'd see a little bit of it. It's sort of a shimmering, semi-invisible wall, so he would only barely see a little bit of it through the gap.
I
What
would
is-
have tapped the counterspell with my one. Zip. With my stick.
Okay, well, it was 5th level, so DC 15.
What is it again? Give me a second. Gotta check my plus here.
Actually, he uses a reaction to counterspell your counterspell.
Alright. Can somebody counterspell is counterspell?
I will counterspell my. I have a reaction. I can counterspell the counterspell.
Okay. So he casts a Wall of Force. Grimorn casts a counterspell. He counterspells the counterspell. You counterspell the counterspell. Therefore,
We can yeah. So I can counterspell?
therefore the counterspell is counterspelled. Therefore, the first counterspell can counterspell if you roll high enough.
Magic the Gathering.
17.
17.
I just roll straight dice.
17.
And the counterspell is 3rd level, which is a DC 13 to counter. Which will probably succeed.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
You got it.
Okay. So the counterspells have both been used. 2 counterspells down. And he wasted his Wall of Force spell. I'll mark that off.
Yeah, we don't need a wall force. I can't get uglier than this, man.
I did not expect to fight another Sorcerer King right now.
Now, you'll notice when he took damage, every time he took damage, his spell, his ritual was not interrupted.
What does
So,
that mean?
for some reason, he is not the one concentrating on his own spell.
Well, that's how this works.
Well, maybe it's these cultists that I'm trying to mow down right now. So I'm gonna try to mow down these dudes and see, maybe they'll stop it. I just need to walk around the room a little bit more.
Alright. As a legendary action, Kazik Ulrum is going to plant his tower shield, shifting it to +5 AC. He was already getting +2 from it, but that gives him an extra 3, which puts his AC at 30. Ooh. With that tower shield, he is hard to hit without a crit.
We do have magic, though.
Don't most of you have like +11 to hit at this point?
I'm a priest, so.
No.
But I do have eye strength, so that helps. But I'm still a cleric.
I would have thought that Oren would have +11 to hit.
+9.
+9.
All right, whose turn is it?
Well, you're proficient, right? Proficiency +6,
Oh, it's already.
and then Dex +5. Doesn't that make it 11?
It should. Why is it? Okay, I just haven't updated this, I guess.
See, I know your sheet better than you do.
Yeah, and you're level 19 now, by the way, Oren. I don't know if you knew that.
Hold on, let me look at
That
this.
doesn't increase proficiency.
It is +11.
I don't know, but
So
Okay,
you,
well,
actually, you can hit it on a 19 or a
Weapon
20.
has like
Well, it's actually a +10 because I lost my 2 dex points.
you have did you grab your feet or your new stats, Oren? When you hit level 19?
There we go.
Let me double check that.
Is it the ringside's turn?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be Ringside's turn. Now, Taro, it's 11:57. Do you want to take your turn before we end, or should we call it there and start with you next time?
I think I'm gonna fall there.
All right. I'll grab the text thing and
Alright.
make a note on the table here.
This item is pretty cool. I read the your card there.
Yeah.
I was gonna freaking bonk him, but never mind.
Wow, that didn't work at all. What the hell? Well, I'll make a note on my note paper here.
One additional firestorm. Woo!
Goes first next week. All right, you can save the table.
All right.
Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land. It's been a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. We're not going to
Yeah,
be
GGs.
here next week. You're not going to be able to do the weekend either, right? Because you're going to be away, like, partying on your birthday, right? With family. So it's just going to be a week off. And then we'll pick up the following Wednesday, which is going to be the 22nd of July.
Yeah. Yeah, like the only time I could potentially would be Monday next week.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work for anyone. It's all right.
Yeah,
Have a good birthday. You deserve it.
thank
Yeah,
you.
happy birthday.
25. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm 30 for the 17th time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fucking amazing how that works.
It's the magic of birthdays. But I wanted to ask, this dart is not a +1.
No,
It's a +2.
it's a +2.
It's a +2. Does it have a +1 bonus to it? It looks like it does not on the card that was given.
I'd be
Look at that.
surprised if it doesn't. The thing freaking should be like +2, isn't it?
Gray Forge Storm Dart. Yeah, it's got +1.
Okay.
See where it says 1d4 +1 piercing damage?
Right. I didn't know if that was
Also +1 to hit as well.
Yeah, I guess I didn't, in the enchantment part, I would usually say +1 to hit and damage. I just sort of left it out. But yeah, when it has the +1 on the damage, it usually means it's a +1 magic weapon.
I wasn't sure if that was how all darts were. That all darts are D4 +1. But
That's how all weapons are. If it's like a +1 magic weapon, it gets +1 to hit.
I thought that non-magic darts had D4 +1.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
And occasionally there can be like a masterwork weapon that's not magical, but it could still have +1 to hit, but not to damage. Or vice versa, it might have to damage and not to hit. And then when it's magic, you get both.
Okay, I'm gonna fix this right now.
Alright, cool.